everyone. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Wendi Irlbeck. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, health and fitness coach, and I'm super excited today to talk to you about building the ultimate yogurt parfait. So I know that we're doing this live, so it's really exciting. I'm going to record this video to share out later, but I love berries. They're so colorful. A part of my mantra as a registered dietitian, a coach that works with young athletes, masters athletes, the general population, those just looking to be healthier, is to always eat the rainbow, eat color, lots of fruits, vegetables. The more pigment, the better. Greater antioxidant profile that's going to help reduce inflammation that could be caused by either arthritis or poor diet, stress, sleep, exercise-induced inflammation. That's a whole nother topic. So really exciting today. Again, I love yogurt parfaits. That's truly a staple. So again, I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist. I love nutrition. For those that follow me, thank you for your support. For those that are new to my page, welcome. And we're going to make some colorful dishes. So let's go ahead and let's kind of just dive into it and talk about it. So I really love on-the-go options, and just again, people are busy, so how can we make lives easier and having a plan to stay healthy, accountable, and fueled so we don't have to make poor decisions when we're traveling or on the road? Yogurt parfait container cup. This is one that I ordered off of Amazon, but one of my fellow RD friends did say that they are available at Hy-Vee. So if you are in Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, the Dakotas, you probably have access to a Hy-Vee, so they are available there as well. But Amazon, again, you can add, and I'm not going to stack it in this today, but we'll talk about how you can have this on the go. But again, yogurt parfaits are super awesome. I love them because they obviously contain high quality protein. They're dairy protein if you use Greek yogurt that's unsweetened, and then you obviously beef it up with some berries. It can be really, really great, very satiating, very balanced meal actually. It's not just a snack, but you can use it on the go. You can use it pre-workout, post-workout for recovery. Again, let's just kind of break it down and unpack the nutrient profile before we get in and build it. So a great way to build a yogurt parfait is, first and foremost, pick out your favorite yogurt. I have several brands that I really love. Fahe, Siggy's is really great. Chobani has some good ones as well. Make sure you do unsweetened. If you're not there yet, at least go for Greek sweetened yogurt, but the best is to do plain unsweetened. We shop at Costco. So Kirkland has a really great unsweetened, non-fat. You can do full fat. Again, I'm a registered dietitian. I promote all foods, so it's all about balance. So if you're somebody that doesn't consume a ton of fat in other areas of your diet, maybe you'd want to do 2% or full fat, low fat. I personally like to do non-fat because I like to add nut butter to it, which I will talk about today, using nuts and more. One of my most favorite nut butters that I did stumble across. So getting back to the basics though, it's first and foremost, number one, picking out that Greek yogurt. We want to pick out Greek, again, because it's going to have higher protein. We do want to do unsweetened, again, if we are able, just because we're going to sweeten it up with some natural sugars via berries, nut butter, and then even maybe some whey protein if you are an athlete or somebody too that's trying to really amplify your protein, because we want to fight off age-related muscle loss, or we want to increase our lean mass. Everybody knows that I'm a huge proponent for higher protein diets. So today's going to be a little bit more informative along with building that parfait. So just a side note, I do love to be educational based with these videos and really try and give you something to take away that can help make your lives healthier, better, and overall easier, because it doesn't have to be stressful, right? If we can just find some practical ways to implement some of these tools that can be really effective in optimizing our health and wellness and performance. So Greek yogurt, again, high protein. It contains electrolytes, vitamins and minerals, which is super. Again, it's high in leucine. That's a dairy protein. Of course, we know it's one of the essential amino acids. The other essential amino acids, isoleucine and valine. So those are the three that drive muscle protein synthesis. You want to reach for dairy products because they are high in that leucine content. So string cheese, cottage cheese, yogurt, milk, of course, ice cream is awesome, and you can make your own ice cream too, but that's a whole nother thing. More to come on that. So again, picking out your Greek yogurt. So as we begin to stack this, and I'm going to have to select another dish here, or I'll just put it in my to-go container here. So it's really great, it has a spoon. I was going to put it in that bowl, but I have placed berries in there. So a stacker, right? So let's talk about it. So first and foremost, we're using our staple, our fundamental which is the Greek yogurt. So we want to do about 4 ounces of it. The serving size depends on your yogurts. I really encourage my clients to pay attention to the serving size because that does matter. So for example, this is 2/3 cup and it offers 18 grams of protein. So if you're being mindful of your protein intake, because we want to balance it out and make sure that, of course, we don't have a surplus of protein or too much fat, it's just great to be mindful of that. So I have done quite a few portionings in my day. So what I usually like to do is just kind of have an understanding of, okay, 2/3 cup, that's my serving size. I like to put yogurt in the base to start with, again, and then I like to build upon that. So we have our protein, which is our Greek yogurt. It does offer a few carbohydrates, but very minimal because it's unsweetened. And then we want to add our really yummy berries, our colorful pigment, right? Because of all the antioxidants. Berries offer a really great source, again, of polyphenols, so that can help decrease any exercise-induced inflammation that athletes experience, healthy people, right? We all experience inflammation to some degree, and it's good because we're having that physiological adaptation take place within that tissue, right, in that motor neuron. So we add our berries in. So I really love blackberries. I love, again, to do a wide variety. So really eating the rainbow. You can add in, I have a banana behind me. I like to do apples, sometimes pears, oranges, but I'm a huge proponent of berries. I just love them. Huge advocate. Blueberries are really great. And then raspberries again, because we want it to be super colorful. So we're just gonna toss in those. Okay, and always wash your hands because we are in a pandemic. So I washed my hands right before this video and I did sanitize my phone. So just a side note, hand hygiene is key. I know my dietitian friends will absolutely appreciate that. So I would be wearing gloves if I was preparing this for someone else, but it is for myself. So we have our berries in there. And then, of course, so that's going to be our carbohydrates, and it's going to offer antioxidants, vitamins and minerals, and flavor. And then we have some healthy fats. So I'm not going to do a ton, but walnuts. I really like to add either walnuts, almonds, or some sort of flax, or I have chia seed behind me too. But I'm a huge advocate, again, for having balance. So some days I'll make them without any nuts at all, and I'll just load up on the chia seeds, or I'll load up on the nut butter. But again, I like to add some crunch and some texture and additional flavor. And then, of course, healthy fats, that's vitamin E, right? And that can reduce our risk for heart disease. And then also it can support a reduction in free radicals, oxidative stress, things of that nature. And they're crunchy, and it's a little bit more protein and fat, right? So I get so excited when I talk about nutrition. So if I start to talk fast, just hang with me. But you want to balance it out, right? So I'm just doing a few, and a little bit goes a long way. So that's why I tell people if we want to create a layer, right, we layer it appropriately. So then it's a little bit more yogurt, right? So we want to really optimize and make it easy to stir in. I was going to use this dish, which is super easy to stir in. I like to add water to it too, just to add additional hydration. And I just really love that kind of liquid yogurty bowl texture. But we put some more Greek yogurt in there, so I did that. And then I like to add, so I have my tablespoon mixture here. So a tablespoon of chia, and chia is really great for cholesterol, right? Reducing exercise-induced inflammation, fighting free radicals. It's a healthy fat, right? It also contains fiber. We know that's great for digestion. So really, really important, again, to really optimize some of these foods out there. So obviously we eat for health and we fuel for athletic performance second. So I teach my athletes and anyone who's recreationally active that, right, nutrition when you're an athlete is a tool. What are the tools that we can use at the appropriate time to really optimize our health and performance? So as we're kind of going through, right, I'm building this. It has some fat, it has some carbohydrates, it has protein. So this would be a really great thing to have as I put more, I'm going to add nut butter to it as well, but it's going to have a higher fat content. So that's not going to be something you want to have pre-training, right? Because we want to have protein and carb pre-training. So something like this is more of a post-training meal, if you will, or even, post-workout too, but we want to make sure that we do have a high amount of protein in that. So if you're adding milk and whey protein, absolutely. For this specific example, I am doing a higher fat content. So for me, this would be more of a snack middle of the day. So that's the difference. I want to make sure that we differentiate the two. So if you are going to do it pre-workout, we'd probably be set here then, right? We have our yogurt, we have some berries. I'd probably add a little bit more yogurt and more berries, and it would be that protein carbohydrate. And then same thing with after, because fat, it takes longer to digest. So that's not something, like if you're an athlete, right, we want to replenish our glycogen stores, we want to repair that tissue as quickly and efficiently as possible when those muscle cell receptors are open. So the best way to do that, right, is to utilize protein and carb, right? We talk about tools. So fat is a tool for supporting our hormones, again, reducing inflammation, and then also, of course, like it's an energy source, right? So again, I just want you to kind of think about these things, and there's so much to learn about nutrition, and I know that it can be super confusing, but that's why I really try to break it down. So I can't see the questions because it's a live video, but I will be going through them, and I'm happy to answer anything that you may have regarding this little demo that we're doing here today. All right, so I'm going to add probably about a tablespoon of chia. Super fun. Again, I like to layer it. So I have that. Sometimes I like to add banana, sometimes I don't. In this particular recipe I'm going to, we get more carbohydrate. I do really love bananas. They're really great. They're very flavorful. They're very creamy. They offer a really great texture too, because right, we want to enjoy the foods that we're eating. So the best way to do that, right, is to obviously really amplify that opportunity to diversify the yogurt parfait. So this banana, I'm kind of picky about my bananas. I really like them to be extra ripe. So this one is not the most ripe, but here we are. So we have the banana, and what's really great about these yogurt parfait cups, through that one, is that they have a really great portion control too. So you can see that we're really gonna fit in a lot, but it's also going to be a very great shelf stable. You can put it in the fridge and take it with you and pack it in the cooler option. That again, if you are somebody too that is trying to monitor your calories, you can keep it within reason. So that's just a great option. So then next, I like to add in, so I'm really excited about this nut butter. So guys, this is Nuts and More. They are phenomenal. Oh, that smells really great too. It's like a very creamy. So this is salted caramel. It's one of my favorites. They also have a almond butter, a peanut butter. They have multiple birthday cake flavors. They're really super. I've partnered with them, and they're a great company. I really like what they stand for. It's a family-owned business. One of the CEOs actually started the company with his mom. She's a baker. So they really tried to create a product that was higher protein, right? Lower sugar. It had a really great flavor profile. This is it. So they use palm oil. So it's a better oil too. It's more shelf stable too, so it doesn't separate like some of the other, nut butters that you would use. Again, I love all nut butters as long as it's 100% nut butter and it's not like a Reese's peanut butter cup type thing. We really want to look at the ingredients, and we want to say, okay, what is the first ingredient? This is peanuts, and then has whey protein, and then has xylitol and palm oil and peanut oil. So it has very few ingredients in it actually. Again, the nutrient profile on it too, it has about 7 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber, there's 11 grams of protein. So it's a high protein nut butter, and it tastes amazing. You don't have to mix it in like all the others too, because again, the palm oil helps maintain that integrity and that composition of it, versus some of the other nut butters. You'll find that you're having to just like completely stir them up, and then you actually get more of the oil and the fat. Again, they're separating because of that. So I really love them. I have a discount code for you. It is 143NWW. You can go to their website, use that code to receive 10% off your order. But I love this nut butter. It's so flavorful. I also love Trader Joe's. They have some good nut butters too. But this one specifically is my favorite. I used to use RX nut butter a lot, and that's a great one too. I use that one as well. Just staying true to who I am as a dietitian. I love having a variety. So in our pantry, we have Kirkland almond butter, we have this nut butter, we have RX nut butters, we have some peanut butters. Trader Joe's has a salted peanut butter too. It's really good. But guys, this is my favorite. So I am just not going to hold back on it, because again, if you can see, like, this is just really phenomenal texture. And I'm kind of a freak in the afternoon. I have to portion it out, because otherwise I will totally overeat. And I don't know who else out there is a nut butter connoisseur that would probably do the same, but you can use a tablespoon measurement. So this is 2, so this is exactly what I know I would use. And I put it in a portion cup sometimes, and then I have it in my office in between clients, and I'll pair it with obviously either yogurt, or if I'm just doing the nut butter, because it's also a staple snack. So it's pretty decent on protein. I'll just put it with an apple or, maybe a banana. But it's really yummy. So sometimes I heat it up in the microwave too. It's really good. But what I like to do, and you'll see my yogurt bowls, this one's not going to be as pretty because you can't see it, but I do like to kind of just, kind of drizzle it in there and make it really good. And you probably can't see this as well, but I like to do that. So again, it's stacking it. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, but you can really see that this could be very caloric dense, especially if you're an athlete or someone too that is trying to manage their weight or gain weight. I mean, you throw in 2 tablespoons of this, you're about 200 calories. You have 100 calories there. You have your 100 calories if you do a cup of berries. You throw in a banana, you add milk to it, you add some nuts and seeds. You're looking at about a 500 calorie parfait at that point, which is phenomenal, right? Because it could be like a meal. Because again, you're getting in that high quality protein and the dairy, calcium and vitamin D for your bone health. I can't say enough too about young girls, my young athletes, my female athletes, anywhere from 10 to 16 years of age, right? Really high risk population for stress fractures. So yogurt parfaits are staples, right? And yogurt is low in lactose. So if you're trying to say, well, Wendi, I struggle with lactose and that's fine. I hear you. We can meet you there and say there are lactose-free milks available, but yogurt is just naturally low in lactose. Same thing with hard and aged cheeses. So typically my folks that are challenged with lactose, they tend to tolerate those things really well because they have very minimal trace amounts of lactose. So that's another thing. But anyway, so as we continue to build on, I'm going to add a little bit more here. So this is again our yogurt parfait. That's probably the worst spoon that I could have picked for that. But there we are with that. So I added more yogurt, and then I like to add some more berries. Blueberries are my favorite. I really didn't want to, this is great for on the go, but I like to use a full cup of berries. So I know it's about 80 calories, super high nutrients. Again, not too worried about carbohydrates when it's coming from a great source, right? Fruits. You're getting all these really great antioxidants, fiber, and nutrients. And then again, the fun part of the drizzle here, ooh, look at that. It's really great. And then, so again, we only added about half the chia. So we're going to add in the rest, okay? So it's going to look like this. And then there we are. So it's really hard to see. I think you can see it, but that's how you build it, right? So then we can just top it. And so I did add some nuts, but what's wonderful about these parfaits, so I have that on, I can put the other, like the full serving of nuts that I want to use into this lovely container, right? And then I can put almonds, I can mix up the nuts, and then I just cap it. And then you're ready and you're set on the go. And I did use my spoon, so that's in there already. But what's really great, again, you just grab this, and you can also put this in the freezer so it will stay cold in your car. So if you're on the go, you have a yogurt parfait that is a staple, right? So what I would recommend is that you get all the ingredients that you would like, get some whey protein, get some chia seeds, some flax seed, get whey protein powder, milk, flavored milks. I really like Fairlife milk, chocolate milk, strawberry milk, any type of milk you can add in, and you can dump that into the parfait. You can create a little bit more liquid within it too, and adding protein to it, calcium, vitamin D, really amplifying, right, that opportunity to get in more nutrients. So what I really love about doing that is because, again, right, every single time that we have a meal is an opportunity to fuel our body. So I'm speaking to the athletes, I'm speaking to the people that they go all day, without having a lot, and they feel so hungry and starved at the end of the day that they feel like they can eat anything. The best way to prevent that is to have a plan, right? Have something that is high protein that's going to elicit that satiating effect, right? And then let's figure out how we're going to incorporate it into our day, how we're going to grab it. So preparing it the night before is probably clutch or key. I do like to create multiple parfaits and then put them in the fridge. You can have, 5 at a time, just so again it's there. So if you get busy because life happens, sometimes you get a phone call and you're not able to make it down to the kitchen, because I know a lot of us are working from home now, or you're on the go. That's a great option, right? Or even overnight oats is super as well. So it really doesn't take a lot, right? Once you kind of get into a routine. It took us a long time, right? Because we did some education with it, but this is like a cup of berries. To be honest, I could just throw yogurt on top and I could just peruse through and throw the ingredients in there. But really utilizing this nut butter, this is one of my favorites, and I'm basically desiring it because, again, it doesn't take a lot of time to stir, and it's really tasty. It's higher protein, it's lower carb, and again, it's very macro friendly. So Again, I work with so many different people, so if you're a young athlete, I've likely talked to your mom or dad about it, and it's really good. You can even put it on protein bars. Again, you can put it in your ice creams. We really want to focus on high quality calories and eating the rainbow. So I'm so grateful that we could build a yogurt parfait tonight, and I'm very excited about, I have a coaches roundtable coming up with the National High School Strength and Conditioning Association Ohio, and then I believe Colorado might be on the call as well. So we have a busy night ahead, so I look forward to going through the questions with you all. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting me. Let me know how I can help. I really work hard to try and produce content that is not only short, sweet, but it's actionable, right? It's simple. Like, how can we just create small modifications within our day to really optimize our health? Whether it's getting more sleep, it's eating the right thing at the right time. Again, for an athlete, protein and carb pre and post, right? And then fat is in between other meals. But for the most part, we want to be balanced. Creating a balanced plate is absolutely key. So thank you so much, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and look at my phone here and turn around and see if there are any quick questions that may have popped through. And maybe there isn't. So either way, well, thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful evening.